Alright, so I just came back from the Uni van. I got a 125. This thing actually looks pretty sweet. It just looks a little better than the 170 to me. And I think the size is going to be really good because it's sort of right in between that 700 Cloud 9, which was a little small, and the 850, which was a little big. So we'll see. So this thing has an area of like 800 square centimeters. It's about 90 centimeters wide, AR-10, and it's got this wacky anhedral, dihedral, and turned up tips shape, which has some interesting features. I'm leaving this footage intact, and I just sped up the footage. And I just want you guys to see that this was the first run I ever did on the Progression 125. And it was so easy to get up for its size, so intuitive to ride, that after a few seconds, I found a bump, and I just started downwinding. And you can see that it's gliding me at 200 pounds really, really well. And I'm able to pump and do pretty much whatever I want. Without even really trying, and not even on the best bumps of the day, I was able to downwind for like a minute without really doing too much work. Now, there is a caveat to that. It was a really good day at Rufus. The swell was very big, very steep, stacked up, yet the wind was blowing 35 to 40. But in those conditions, the Progression 125 was just an absolute beast. Well, that's pretty damn good. And here's a little footage of me when I'm more dialed in, actually turning better and just really enjoying the foil on some better swell. And then I ran into the Uni guys who were out there to do a downwinder, and that's Eric, one of the designers of the foil. So I had to air it out a little bit, even though I didn't land this one. I got some decent hang time. I caught up to Eric a few minutes later, and I had a little chat with him on the water about how much I was liking the new foil.
I got you. Okay. You're on camera. Unifoil! It's amazing! Look what I'm doing! I'm pumping in the straps like no problem. Oh, I'm so tired though. Dude, it's crazy, right? Alright, we're gonna try and smash the lip, tips out, rail side.
Oh man, what a session. This thing is killer. As much as I hated the 170, I love this thing. I didn't hate the 170. I said some really not nice things about the 170, just in terms of I just didn't think it was really good for winging. I thought the size didn't make sense for someone my size, especially. Everything I didn't like about it seems to work really well in this size. I think they tweaked the shape a little bit. It's really good. They got to make a 90 now. This is too big still for smaller riders, I think, but the 90 would be even better. Let's go talk to Dom and let's go let him know. Well, Dom wasn't there. They left and they forgot about me, so I guess I get to keep this foil for another day. The next day I met up with a local ripper named Mark and we did a downwinder from Viento to the event site. These were a lot more real world conditions. You couldn't just link up the swell and glide forever. So it was a better day to test freestyle and that kind of thing. And it showed the limitations of the 125. If you want something that's going to ride forever in really bad conditions, this foil is probably not going to do it if you're 200 pounds. You still get really good glide and you still can pump it, but you can't just ride nothing, which you might be able to do with a bigger foil. But what it did allow you to do with that glide and speed and turnability and pumping was turn, a modest-sized day into a skate park and just really have fun on those small ramps and those, going down, dropping in, doing some luffing tricks, that kind of thing. I was able to land a couple of flacos in a row, which is always cool. And then I worked on some backwinding, some other tricks, but mostly I was just free riding. And that's what I really feel like this foil excels at. It glides enough. It pumps enough. It's fast enough. It jumps enough. It turns enough. It just does everything pretty darn good. Yes, it's really good in big conditions like we saw at Rufus. Yeah, you put that long mast on and you can just handle pretty much any size wave, I think. But it's also really fun in marginal conditions, and you can still do the things you want to do in marginal conditions because you have the wing to get up and this foil has good enough low end. So it's a one quiver foil for any day where you can get on foil. If it's like really, really small or you're going to sup or something, then yeah, you need the 200 or a completely different foil system. But most days this is going to be fun, and on really good days it's going to be really, really fun. I highly recommend this foil. I think it's Unifoil's first true winging wing. Wingfoil wing, and I really recommend you check it out. Peace out. Probably should go return this foil to Unifoil, see if they're over there. See the Unifoil tent over here. I have something for you.
I know you don't want it back. You don't want to give it back.
I know it's scratched a little bit now. You probably don't want it anymore. It's
We'll talk about it here after you turn the video off.